Hi everybody. It's been ages. 2 or 3 months easy, I think. 3 months more like it since I did a video. Been pretty busy at work and life and all that. I have been working quite often 6 days a week, so that only leaves you like one day to sort of do stuff. Living in Cornwall, want to go and see places while living here. And obviously spend time with my wife, so that just sort of leaves a Sunday to do that really, and doesn't leave much time for painting, which is unfortunate because it's sort of my main interest really now. Well, painting and reading. So not been getting a great deal done. I try and do a bit during the week, but in the evenings, like by the time I've got home, fed all the pets, had a shower, got the dinner, I'm sort of feeling too spaced out, too vegged out, like a bit dozy, and I end up just sitting there like vegging in front of the telly, not even really watching the telly. Hard to kind of just pick up brush and get on with something. Hard to concentrate because feeling so drowsy. But yeah, I've been doing a little bit, but every week I keep saying, right, I'm not going to let work interfere with my hobby. I'm going to do stuff every evening, but some evenings I get a bit done, but it doesn't always work out like that. But anyway, that's pretty much why I've not been doing any videos, because I've just not had a chance to do much. And also, I did actually make a video about a week ago. This is a second attempt doing a shorter version, and I just could not upload the this video. Been trying it, not doing anything different to how I normally do. Filmed on my iPad, uploaded on my iPad like I always would do, and it absolutely will not upload. So I thought I'll try again, do a shorter one. The time shouldn't make any difference because it's the one I was trying to upload was standard sort of length for me, half-hourish, which is possibly too long for people to watch, but there you go. But it just would not upload, so I thought I'd have another go. So before I start, I hope everybody's okay. I'm also way behind on watching videos, let alone making them, so yeah, sorry to everybody if I'm not following your stuff. I'm going to try and, well, like the old school reports would say, could do better. I'm going to make more of an effort to try and catch up on videos, try and keep more current with stuff. But anyway, what I have been doing has been sort of commission type work, which is another reason I didn't make a video, because I thought, well, do people want to see that really? I think people are more interested in what you're actually doing for yourself. So I haven't actually made videos because I've been doing commission work. But having said that, I've not actually done a great deal of that because just haven't had time. It's just been sort of as and when I could get it done. I've been given a load of stuff. Actually by New Line Design, want me to paint stuff for their website. But not pushing me for it. It's just like, whenever I can. I've told them I'm kind of a bit strapped for time. So Sean, bloke who runs it, he's been good. Just lets me get on with it whenever I can. Yeah, but that's another reason I haven't made any videos. I didn't know if people want to see commission type stuff really. So if you do, let me know and I'll sort out a video showing you what I've been doing for them. But anyway, for my own stuff, which I haven't done much of because I have been doing more of the New Line stuff than anything, I am going back to French Indian War because that's my favourite thing. Saying that, I always get kind of really interested in the American War of Independence. I want to start on the French Indian War because I sort of see the French Indian War as the father to the American War of Independence. I think a lot of the issues started back then. But yeah, so I'm actually now getting out all my bloody AWI stuff as well. So I'm probably going to end up doing 2 of them sort of concurrently. But yeah, French Indian War. You may remember these. These are AW Miniatures Grenadiers, which I did as the first unit for the battle I picked out of the rules, Land of the Free. Picked out the Battle of Plains of Abraham. Started with that. The two sides are basically, the British side is pretty much British line troops, and Highlanders, Grenadiers, but it's pretty much line troops. It's a good battle to pick out. The French is quite a varied side on it, but I've found that it's not making use of my French Indian War collection, because there's, for the British, you've got Rangers, provincial troops, light infantry, all that kind of stuff, and they're just not being not used in that battle at all. So I picked out another battle, the Battle of Ticonderoga, and that does actually have a really good mix of troops for the British side. It's got sort of everything in it, all the ones I've mentioned. So I'm now actually building forces for 2 battles effectively. I was gonna sort of ditch the Plains of Abraham one and move this Ticonderoga, but I started doing these, and therefore the Plains of Abraham. There's no Grenadier units in the Ticonderoga battle. Maybe I suppose I could just put them in with the regular troops, but I really like these Grenadier figures, and there's like 3 units of Grenadiers from different regiments for that battle, and I've done like a command stand as well, so don't want to waste that. So I'm sort of loath to not do Plains of Abraham, so I think I'm going to be dabbling in both. So yeah, that's the Grenadiers for that. I just put them on there as a reminder of what I have been doing. So that was the Grenadiers for Plains of Abraham. I've also then started doing some regular line for the same battle. These are AW Miniatures. This chap is, hard to see him now on the black background, but this chap is a Galloping Major, standard bearer, ensign, and that's an AW ensign. The reason I've picked out the Galloping Major one is because the 2 ensigns you get for AW are identical, so I thought I'd have a bit of a mix. So I'll put one of the AW ensigns will go in with the Galloping Major pack. But yeah, yeah, as you can see, undercoated in black. I was getting low on grey, and I haven't undercoated in black for years, so I thought I'd give it a try. So all these 3 here have been, I've got a unit of 20 of these. I just thought I'd bring out the ones I've painted. Yeah, I haven't undercoated in black for a long time. I thought I'd try it and see how it came out, and I was quite happy with how it turned out in the end. I mean, I did a bit of lining as well, but having a black undercoat helps you with some of the really deep shadows. The thing is, the paint I used isn't really an undercoat. I thought it was. It's a Halfords paint. I assumed it was. It's a spray paint. I assumed it was an undercoat, but it's not, because it says for best results use with Halfords Grey Primer, which is what I normally use on metal figures, or on all figures. And I found that it was actually flaking off quite a bit, so I was worried about the how the actual paint would stick to it, if they'd all flake off with the undercoat flaking off. but I do actually now really like the use of black undercoat. But I undercoat a few more figures, which we'll see in a minute, in grey. So purely because, you know, my concern about the flaky paint. But I think I really like the using black now, to be honest. I think I went off it ages ago because the black undercoat I was using then, I think it was Wilko's make. They do a nice grey undercoat, but their black was like an enamel, and it was quite glossy, quite shiny, and I just found it hard to sort of see what I was doing. You were kind of fighting against the sort of glare and light reflections on the black, and it just put me off using. I thought, oh, you know, black is just too hard to paint because you can't see what you're doing. But it was effectively, it was because of the shine from the paint. But trying this Halfords one, it's a really nice matte, and I found them really easy to paint using this. But like I say, I'm just a bit concerned about the fact it's flaking off because it's not an actual undercoat. I mean, these are okay so far. I'm hoping they'll stay that way, and you know, varnish them as well at some point, and hopefully they should be okay. And I might, if these don't sort of end up disastrously fall into bits paint wise, I'll might well stick with black after this. Actually quite liked it. Yeah, anyway, they're AW miniatures, British Lime. These are painted as the, oh, I can't remember the regiment number now. I haven't written it. Have I written it on here? No, I haven't, have I? Normally write them on the bottom. It's I can't remember the regiment number. I'm sure it's Amherst's. No, Anstruthers. Can't be the 84th, surely. It might be 84th. Would it be? I don't know if they went up that high. Anyway, Anstruthers. Can't remember the number, but I've got it all down on my iPad because I've sort of transcribed the information from Land of the Free onto my iPad in notes, so I've got everything in there, like set out in columns, and tells me what unit size, you know, amount of figures, facings, you know, the uniform details, what figures I'm going to use for them, if I've got the flags or not. So I'm sort of keeping track of what I'm doing, so I don't end up buying things twice or anything like that, or forgetting something. Yeah, but I've got it all transcribed on there. I think it's the 84th. It's Anstruthers anyway. Yeah, and they've got black facings. You can't really see much of the coat facings, just a bit because the arms are in the way. But they have black facings, but buff turnbacks, which I thought were quite nice. So yeah, hoping to, that's going to be a unit of 20. I've got the flags for them somewhere. Yeah, and this unit is going to be comprised of AW miniatures, which I really like. And having said that, they just had a sale recently, so I bought a load more. In fact, I bought all the extra British line I'd need for the other battle I picked out, the Ticonderoga. So I've got all the British figures. Well, I think I've got all the British and French I'd need for both battles, because I believe all the regiments that the French had in Ticonderoga are also in Plains of Abraham. Might have to get maybe one more, but a quick glance through and it seemed to be that they're all the same troops. Ticonderoga's got some grenadiers, which I've already got. So I've almost got all the figures. I've got all the British line I need and all the French for Ticonderoga. but I don't have the complete British forces, which I'm going to do next. As I said, the British forces consisted of provincial troops as well, so that's like American soldiers under sort of British command. Well, not necessarily under their command, but you know, fighting for Britain. And there are 4 different states in it. There's first of all, did this chap a while ago for sharp practice. I did, well, about 24 of these. Pennsylvania, and typically Pennsylvania aren't in this battle. So I was toying with the idea of saying, oh well, they'll just do as someone, but you know how anal war games and collectors can be. I did toy with the idea of just painting this coat, the coats on in blue, and then that would work for several states, because they generally they were blue with red facings. But I do like the green. I like the look of these ones, so I don't really want to obliterate that. I think they're a really nice looking uniform. So I abandoned that idea, and I'm just resigned to myself that I'll have to buy a load more. So yeah, that was Pennsylvania, but of no use for that battle. I thought I would paint a test figure for each of the states that are in it, and so I know how they'd look and I know how I was going to press on and do them. I'm going to have to buy AW Miniatures. Don't do provincial figures, so they're all going to be coming from Galloping Major, which all these are apart from this, which is AW Grenadier. Yeah, so I'm going to have to be placing some orders over the, you know, throughout the rest of the year, and try and get the rest of the provincials I'd need. We say need. Do I need them? Don't need them, I suppose, but I want them. I need to eat and pay bills, but you know, I also very much want these figures. Yeah, so I think I'd be looking at getting about another 6 units, I believe, to complete that battle. Yeah, I might sort of order 1 or 2 every other month or something like that. Well, it'll have to be as and when I can afford, obviously. Can't buy things can't afford. So yeah, I thought I'd paint 1 of each. As you can see, they're in very much infancy stage, but this chap is going to be part of the New York. I've written it on there. They had, to begin with, they had blue coats, red facings like most of them. But they did alter their uniform, change the uniform to drab. Now the jackets, the coats are, from what I've read, are dark drab, which has been described as like a greenish yellow. So I wasn't really sure about what colours I'd got for that. I was looking through Vallejo's sort of paint chart, and I found one called yellow green, which is sort of a yellowy greeny brown. So I thought I'd try that. I've ordered it, it's not arrived yet, because I just ordered it off eBay because it's the only one I wanted. So I'm waiting for that to do his coat and see how it turns out. But basically they were, yeah, dark drab with a medium drab facings. So, and then buckskin waistcoat and breeches. I mean, they're not looking very buckskin yet because they've got to be highlighted yet. And they tended to have round hats. And this is from a figure from a pack from Galloping Major, from their last sort of run of figures that they made. And they were classed as, or described as, backwoods militia or rangers. But they work equally well for provincials, and they've got the right kind of headgear for this New York lot, so that's what I'm using there. This chap is New Jersey, is going to be obviously blue, red waistcoat, blue breeches. And something I'd not come across before, New Jersey had got grenadiers. I didn't think the provincials had grenadiers, but New Jersey did. So again, it's going to be using the British AW Miniatures British Grenadier. I don't know if the provincial grenadiers would have the same uniform as British regulars grenadiers, but I've got no other option because I'm not going to attempt to try and cut heads off these and put them on those, because you've got all the ponytails and stuff to kind of work around. I'm not even going to attempt it. Never took the heads off these grenadiers. I'd have headless grenadiers. It'd be a waste of a figure because I wouldn't have anything else to put on them. So I'm just going to use sort of full on British grenadiers as provincials. Yeah, the mitre cap is going to be, well, as you can see, it's all red front and back with blue sort of front piece. All that stuff's going to be white in there. Possibly the top bit might be yellow, but I believe the lining on it is yellow. So that'll be quite a snazzy looking bit of headgear when it's done. This is in Massachusetts. Yep, Massachusetts. The sort of bog standard for a lot of provincials. The difference between him and the New Jersey one, he's got red breeches. But from what I've read, they've got all sorts of colours. They could have, you know, red, blue, green, brown, drab, whatever you want. So I'll be doing a mix of those for the Massachusetts, but basically blue with red facings again. And then this chap is Connecticut, and they had red, pretty much red everything with yellow facings. So this should be quite a nice looking unit when they're done. So that's where I am here. Going to do these tester figures. Then we'll no doubt be flitting between the two battles. But yeah, loving the French Indian War again. It is my favourite. But as I mentioned, yeah, I'm looking at my AWI stuff as well. Got a Perry shopping basket full of stuff at the moment. Trying desperately not to click checkout. It's a load of stuff I've had in there before. I nearly bought it like last year, but didn't get around to it. Couldn't afford it. Now I'm sort of, I've already spent a little bit this month, so I'm thinking try and exert some willpower and hold on until next month, and because I'm getting paid a bit more regularly now. I was in the middle of a job that went on for 3 months and I didn't get paid for that 3 months, so I was really struggling, because it was a roofing job, so it was sort of, you know, paid when finished. I'm on another roofing job now. I mean, I'm not an actual full-on roofer myself. I'm like a helper, really. I mean, I've picked up a little bit since I've been doing it off and on. I'm more of a gardener, really. Before that, I was a reprographic operator, you know, working on Apple Macs, doing artwork for print and packaging. So it's funny how things have turned out work-wise. I would never have dreamt I'd be clambering about on a roof. But yeah, I seem to be doing alright helping this chap out. But anyway, he's learnt his lesson from the last job, and we've started another one that's another 10 to 12 weeks. But he said to the bloke sort of in advance now that we're going to put a bill in every month. So should be regular monthly pay for that one. So hopefully I'll be able to get this shopping basket full of Perry stuff soon. But anyway, ramble on. Hope everybody's doing well, taking care of yourselves. Like I said, I'm way behind on what people have been doing, but I aim to catch up. So yeah, I do intend to see what everyone's been up to. I do actually skim through the notifications, and so I've got an idea what people are doing. I just haven't had time to watch anything. But I hope to address that soon. Other than that, thanks to everybody who subscribes, watches and comments. Yeah, hopefully you'll get a notification that I've posted this if it posts. I'm going to try and upload this now, but whether it works, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully you'll sort of like what you've seen this evening. And yeah, take care, everybody. Speak soon. See ya.